Hi, I'm Tati, and this is everything I read in November. So in November, I did do all of my reading during the Gilmore Girls readathon. So if you want to hear my thoughts while I was reading the books, you can check out my Gilmore Girls readathon reading vlog. But here's just a quick wrap up. First up, we have the entire Enola Holmes series of books by Nancy Springer. There are 6 books in this series. The Case of the Missing Marquise, The Case of the Left-Handed Lady, The Case of the Bizarre Bouquets, The Case of the Peculiar Pink Fan, The Case of the Cryptic Crinoline, and The Case of the Gypsy Goodbye. And I did listen to all 6 of these as audiobooks rented from my library through the Hoopla app. This series follows Enola Holmes, who is the 14-year-old younger sister of Sherlock and Mycroft Holmes, as she searches for her missing mother. I had an absolute blast listening to this series. I gave every single book 4 out of 5 stars except for my favorites, which were the second one, The Case of the Left-Handed Lady, and the last one, The Case of the Gypsy Goodbye, and I gave each of those 5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend the series if you like mysteries or girl detectives or Sherlock Holmes stories. I also recommend checking out the Netflix movie if you are a fan of adaptations. Next up, we have The Perfect Escape by Suzanne Park. This one is a dual POV young adult romance, contemporary with a bit of like a survival / adventure edge to it. In it, our main characters are Nate and Kate, who are both high school seniors, I believe, and they're both working in a zombie-themed escape room. When it turns out that they both need a little cash, they decide to team up to join a zombie-themed survival contest. This is another one that I listened to as an audiobook and that I really enjoyed listening to. I'm a sucker for a dual POV like contemporary romance or just a dual POV romance, especially if the audiobook has 2 different narrators, which this one did. Now, I'm personally not a huge fan of zombies in general. However, that didn't take away from the story for me. I really loved both the escape room aspect and the survival competition aspect. And with the survival competition part of it, I did kind of get some Hunger Games vibes at certain points, which I personally love. And along with that, I also loved the characters and the family dynamics that were explored. I ended up giving this one 4 out of 5 stars. Next up, we have 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. This is another YA contemporary romance, but I think like you could say that the topic is more on family in the book than the romance. In this one, Sophia is staying with her grandmother and her extended family over winter break. Having just broken up with her long-term boyfriend, Sophia's grandmother comes up with a plan to cheer her up. And that is 10 different blind dates, each one set up by a different member of her extended family. I also had a lot of fun reading this one. I thought it did a really good job of balancing out like the fun, fluffy bits with the more serious or sad parts. And I did really enjoy the overarching theme of the importance of family. I ended up giving this one 3 out of 5 stars. And the last book I read in November was Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston. This is a young adult contemporary Beauty and the Beast retelling in the Once Upon a Con universe, so there is Starfield fandom involved. In this one, Rosie Thorne is a bookish small-town girl, and Vance Raines is Hollywood royalty. Vance and Rosie's paths collide when Vance has to hide out in small-town USA, and Rosie ends up working in the library of the house where Vance is hiding out. I flew through this book in like, I think a day. It was so fun and cute and dramatic. It's kind of like book candy. Anyway, I super duper enjoyed it. I ended up giving this one 5 out of 5 stars. And that is everything I read in November. Let me know in the comments how your reading for November went. If you liked this video, please give it a like. I have new videos twice a week, so subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye. I don't even know if I was in focus for that, but I'm not doing it again. And the capes. Let me know in the comments how you're... No. What was I gonna say? Can I edit this in the thumbnail to look like a different book? We're gonna find out. Bye.